This is William here with Atlas Van Lines. I do not speak for the corporation or recruiting department, and I'm not here trying to get referral money. I'm just here to put out some information. There's a prior video explaining pay, what we do, things of that nature. Today I'm going to go over like a 3-month review of everything that's going on, stuff that I've done, show you a couple paychecks, how things work. We get paid by the mile, by the stop. Sometimes we get special pay to work trade shows, special pay if you have to do any labor, lift gate work, things of that nature. Once again, I would not recommend rookies or people with a lack of experience, those who struggle to back up in truck stops and warehouses. I would not recommend it here. It's not for the faint of heart. We go into a lot of tight areas, a lot of downtowns, a lot of convention centers, gas stations with a restaurant attached. A lot of, like, I picked up front door at a community college, delivered front door to a cultural center. Both were tight parking lots. You have to be able to maneuver that without tearing stuff up. So those are things to keep in mind before you consider the Atlas corporate fleet, running commercial truckload and special products. We do have 2 different types of accounts, I guess you'd say. Regular, like dry van, in van stuff. And then we have our climatized division, which pays a little bit more. It's $1.62 a mile. I know the numbers can sound scary, but I'll show you what that means. And before I was chasing mileage. I was like, I need 3,000 miles a week so I can make this decent paycheck. And mileage is not always the best thing here. More stops is better. Special pay is better. It's less mileage, more money. What else? Some pros and cons. Pros is the work is challenging. So for me, that's a pro. Like anything that challenged me or like outside the box or normal. I've done tanker, I've done boats. I did a majority of my time in dry van stuff, so this is different. Sometimes figuring out details, being able to stack a trailer, like, okay, yeah, you can put those 4 pieces up front, and then I'll take a picture and be like, hey, I'm able to load more stuff. How much more stuff can you fit? We were loading artwork out in New Jersey, and the guy that was with us, he was measuring everything, and then we're trying to figure out how many pieces we could fit exactly in there. So it is different. You have to have a customer service face, customer service attitude. Pretty positive. Just be positive and just be kind to the customers. Everybody I worked with is really friendly, minus one. I went to one agency, I'm not going to say which one it is, and there was a lady she's real rude, and it wasn't just me. I talked to another driver. Apparently she was rude to him too. It's like I told him, if somebody's acting like that, it's probably something in their life, not something in mine. So I'm not going to let it bother me, but I'm not going to be a doormat either. So if she gets too crazy, I'll cuss her out in a heartbeat. What else? There's consequences, sometimes communication issues, like most trucking companies or carriers that you work for, between the load planner, the bookers, the agents, the shippers, receivers, dispatch. Like, things get lost in the sauce. Things get miscommunicated. Sometimes they tell you need more equipment than what you need, which is a good thing sometimes. Sometimes if they have you stop at a moving company, pick up more pads and straps and bars. You'll be like, what was the point in that? I only used 2 bars, 2 straps, but you had me pick up 15 of each. But it's setting you up to get loaded again. So you got to keep that in mind. Sometimes if you got 15 straps, 15 bars, you only use 2 or 3 here. But when you get empty there, and there might be something down the road, it's like, hey, we need a driver, but he needs 15 bars. And now you have them, so you can get loaded. So some of it's how you look at it, just perspective, to be honest. But communication is an issue at times. I do my best to keep up with communication. I email dispatch operations, and then I'll text. Like, the agents will text you, like if it's preloaded trailer, they'll say, hey, your trailer number's this. It'll be a random number, like a 410 number or whatever. And so they'll introduce themselves, like, hi, I'm Wendy or whatever. So when they introduce yourself, what I do is I just save their number, save the agency code, save all that stuff, and then I can text them back updates like, hey, I'm 20 minutes away from delivery for tomorrow, just so when you go in and your boss is like, how's our Oregon truck looking, you can update them, because they have people to answer to too. So it's like, there's people out here like, that's not part of my job. Well, it's not hard. It takes 30 seconds to send a text message, say, hey, I'm here, hey, I'm loading, hey, I'm unloading. I mean, you can be a dick about it if you want to, but in the end, they're probably not going to want to work with you anymore. So, communication, sometimes it's an issue. Equipment, I've had all walks of trailers here. I've had a brand new trailer, brand spanking new. The lacquer's still on the floor. Actually, it's in the other video, I believe. Yeah, in Texas. It's you can tell the brand new trailers because they don't have any logos on them. No Atlas, nothing, no colors. They're not blue and red and white, none of that. They're just plain white trailers. And it threw me off because I did laps around this trailer all like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Like, this trailer's not here. And then later on that day, dispatch sent me like a beacon location on the map. I drove right to it. I'm looking, it's a white trailer, and then I finally look at the trailer number and I go, shit. So they got me there. Rookie mistake. It happens. But that was a brand new trailer. Then we have like a step down from that, which is stuff that's in good shape and maybe slightly used, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. We have some mediocre stuff that when you pick it up, you may have to call road service. We have our own road service that'll come out, change mud flat, whatever. And then we have some trash, okay? Some trailers that are old, beat up. Some you'll pick up the roof's leaking. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. If it's roadworthy and the roof's leaking, most likely they're going to have you take it all the way back to Indiana from wherever you are so that the shop can fix it. So that's more mileage for you. It sucks because you're not going to be able to load it with the roof leaking, but it is what it is. Sometimes the lift gate can be an issue. Battery's not charging. You have to double check your battery posts that they're tightened down. Double check your breakers and your fuses underneath the trailer. Make sure that it's plugged in, that it's charging. Some of them have a light on them. It'll show green when everything's working. If it shows red, there's an issue. Open the box up, make sure your posts are tightened first. Check your fuses and your breaker. And then after that, if you don't know what to do, call road service. They'll send somebody out to service it. It's good to have. You'll need it on some of these loads. So yeah, cons, communication, some of the trailers. Shout out to Derek in operations. He will take care of you, but he also talks to you like you've been here 20 years. So just keep that in mind. He's awesome to work for. No complaints, but sometimes he'll just tell you like, an agency code, and you just got here, so he'll say like the 76 or the 59, and you're like, I don't know what that means. So just keep that in mind. They talk to people like their experience. I was laughing because he kept telling me, I'm gonna send you to Ramos. We're in Miami. I was like, pretty sure if I Google Ramos, there's gonna be like 1,500 things that come up. So I need to know like where I'm going. So I just, those are things that we deal with at the convention center, delivering artwork. We delivered artwork in Miami and then took it back out. They take their time, okay? Union crew, they'll unload for 45 minutes, take a 15-minute break, whatever. Because it's a trade show, you don't get detention until after 6 hours. That's standard. But they did pay us extra for the work that we did that weekend. So I really don't have any complaints. I'm just telling you things that you should look out for. Sometimes, our climate trailers are not built with Milwaukee jacks, and not all of them have risers in the belly box to get them up to dock. So sometimes that's going to be a problem. If you don't have risers and you don't have Milwaukee jacks or anything like that, when you do your check call, if nobody answers, remind dispatch, remind the agency, like, hey, just so you know, this trailer, it's not going to reach the dock height without some risers. I'm just telling you this because I've ran into this issue. It sucks, but it's better to do it. Like, some of these pre-calls on the BOLs we get and the shipments we get, some of the numbers are disconnected. Sometimes they don't answer. But there are some that every number works. There's an agency out of Pennsylvania. We do a lot of their stuff, and that lady's really nice. And when she sends me stuff, those phone numbers are always working. Like, if they don't answer, I leave a voicemail. They'll call me back within 20 minutes or an hour. Yeah, we do have to do pre-call, check calls before we get pickup and deliveries. Not so much going in and out of agencies. That's not such a big deal unless it's like a tight lot. Then you might want to call and make sure they don't want you to sit outside or whatever. A lot of times if you're going to one of the agencies, the moving companies that fall under Atlas umbrella, they'll give you the gate code. They'll give you the code to the driver's lounge. They have showers in there. Usually have like a microwave, coffee pot, like a little snack thing and drink machine, a vending machine and a drink machine. So they have that. It's been a blessing for me. I've been able to catch up on all my quarterly payments. I got to make one more to federal, but I caught up on state. One more to federal. 9 months at the other place running low board. I wasn't able to make those payments. I didn't have any extra cash to do that. Started paying off debt since I've been here, which is awesome. And they've really looked out for me, but other drivers as well. I'm not the only one. There's another driver I met. He's in a terrible situation, had his own authority. 2 trucks go down, has big bills and everything, and comes over here, does the lease purchase. I think he signed for the last truck. Shout out to Joey. He was asking about lease purchase. I did find out that Gabby told him in recruiting that we don't have lease purchase. That's not the case. We don't have trucks right now. On the first of the year, they're working on getting some more trucks. So if you're interested in lease purchase, they will have them after the first of the year. You can send them an email, call them. Their information is on the other video, and If you do that, just put your name on a list, see what they have coming after the first year. But they're out of trucks. That's why they said they don't have lease purchase. But if you have your own truck, we don't have company drivers at the corporate fleet. So we only have contractors. Yeah, okay. So without further ado, I'm going to show y'all some of my pay stubs. Just so I'm just trying to be 100% transparent. And again, I'm doing these videos not for a referral bonus. I'm doing them because none of this information was out here. I only knew Atlas as a household good moving company. I had no idea they had this other stuff going on. I wish I would have came here a while ago, because it's really, I like it. It's neat. I'm still new. It's still a newlywed phase. I get that. But so far, everything that they promised me, everything that they said would happen is happening. So without further ado, let me go over these pay stubs. This first one is just showing you that mileage is not always better, even though we get paid by miles. Some of y'all are like, oh, I want to do 3,500 miles a week or whatever so I can make more money. Well, this one is 32.78, and it didn't come out as nice as some of the other ones because I spent more in fuel. I can see that. And I had more coming out. My insurance, BIPD insurance, was paid by the mile. So we're going to show you this one right here. That's my name right there, William Creech. I'm part of the Specialized Transportation Group at Corporate Fleet. There we go. That's the mileage. Like I said, 32.78. And this is what I brought home. Like I said, I had more going out in fuel, more going out in insurances. Yeah, so keep that in mind, that mileage is not always better. And let me make sure I got the right one here. Sorry about that. 12, 13. So this is Miami Trade Show. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this because mileage is not always better. So this is 207 miles. So with the climate trailers, 207 miles, loaded miles is paid at $1.62. I don't know if I went over that or not. This was my take home. Again, I had less coming out in fuel, less coming out in insurance, and we had these special pays for working the trade show, the 1050 and the 1250. The 1250 was for the extra work on the Saturday and the Sunday, and the 1050 was to hang out and so I could load back out and pick up the load and take it back up towards New York. I don't go to the city, so I dropped it in Pennsylvania. It was going to Brooklyn. So this is the one directly after. This one is about 1,791 miles. So the 457 non-shipment, that was a leaky roof trailer that I had to take back to headquarters. The rest of that is for the load. So that was 1,791 miles. And then that was my take home. Okay, and again, you can see less mileage, pay out less in fuel, less go out in insurance. So yeah, there's that. A lot of you will probably keep in mind the escrow comes out now too. It's still coming out. There's a $5,000 escrow here, and that's for when you leave. If you tear up a trailer or you don't turn in all your equipment, that's what that's for. You know you can't take loans off of it. It's not built for that. That is basically like a safety deposit for Atlas Corporate Fleet, so that when you leave, if they find out you damaged a bunch of stuff, they can get paid for it. the maintenance account, you can draw off of it, take loans off of it. Mine is set at 7 cents a mile right now. Once my escrow is paid up, which I think I'm about $1,700 left to pay into the escrow, and then that'll start coming out. And that's another, I mean, some weeks that's $300, $400, $500 coming out of my total take home going into that escrow. So if you have the $5,000, you can pay it up front, and that way it's not coming out. If you don't, they take 6% of your gross until it's the 5,000 is met. So there's that. So some of those checks would have been probably, $3,500 or more. Some of the other ones I've had would have been more, but I haven't got my escrow paid up yet. So there's that. Soon though, I have it done soon. Again, if there's any questions, anything that you want to discuss, I will leave my email in this video. I'll also put Gabby and Aaron's email and information back in there. Like I said, this is something you want to do. Let them know. If you have your own truck, they're looking to hire people, but they're looking to hire people to retire them. They're not looking for a revolving door. They're not looking for people with terrible attitudes, people that can't back up and drive. They're not looking for people with terrible customer service. It's been a blessing to me coming off the load board from where I was. Coming over here, it's a lot less fees. Over there, I had $1,100 paychecks on a full work week. And I was like, this is less than what a company driver makes, so I can't do this forever. So finally made the move, came over to Atlas Corporate Fleet, learning about it. There were no videos online. All of them were 7 to 10 years old. Most of them were like corporate videos. And so I'm only doing this so you guys have the information. All right. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe, you don't have to do any of that. I'm just doing this so you guys know what they offer here in case you want to make the change. Other than that, be safe out there. Hopefully 2024 is a better year for everybody. God bless y'all, and we'll see you later. Bye.